Okay. Peanut
Never
Gallery.
heard the song before. One hit wonders.
Hey. I'm not hating on him.
That's mean.
That's almost all bands, though.
Hey, they made millions of dollars off it, so I'm not knocking.
Alrighty, quiet on the set. We're getting ready to go live, boys and girls.
Leave the proclaimers alone. What do you say?
I would walk at least 10,000 miles for you, baby. I don't know what for, but it would be something.
Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. And no other freaking better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than the dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
This is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
That's right, bringing you our own brand of news right here inside Shroud and the Avatar 5 days a week for your listening and viewing entertainment and pleasure. Welcome everybody to Release 40. We are live in Release 40 right now. And of course, we've got some great updates for you. We got a whole bunch of news. We will be covering
a wee bit.
I tell you what, when Stars Fast and Furious, I think this guy's like the White House, man, is the data dump that's been thrown out there today.
Don't forget the patch notes. So Release 40 is live. Then we also have the Q2 update.
That's right. The Q2 showed up this morning while we were getting prepped for the show. And we're not going to be covering that today. But for you guys who just want to know about it, the Q2 release notes are out. Don't think we're going to have any time to get that today. Today we're bringing you a little bit of a special show. Of course, we are here in our custom-built big wide open arena over here, built to the 15-meter specification. Just so you guys are wondering what's going on here.
Well, not quite, not entirely built to the 15-meter specification.
Well,
mostly.
Basically, the bleachers are within the 15-meter parameter, and we are within the 15-meter parameter of. We are well within that means. We could actually be under the overhang here and still be within 15 meters, but we are not. So, Jack, what do you got out there on your side? What are you hearing on your stream at this point?
Well, since I am almost 15 meters away, I'm at the top of the stairs. I hear you very faintly. It's one where you know what? If this was a concert hall, we'd be so far back into the nosebleed section that we wouldn't be able to see you.
Well, you can see me.
But I see you fine. I don't know why I can't hear you, because I can hear the game music.
Is now...
well, actually, the game music cut in, cut out for a second.
Now, if you go to the far end of those bleachers where I see wind is heading, I'm just curious. We don't want you falling off.
Hey, don't hurt yourself.
And I took some damage. And it tells you my safe fall. So, same thing. Now, like right at this corner, it's one where I can see you playing, and if I really focus in on listening, I can hear something.
Now, what do you have yourself maxed on your volume level?
Oh, absolutely. I made sure of that. So it's the instrument volume is all the way up, as well as the music volume, or the master volume is all the way up.
Now, I've got to point out, Scroda and Dragger, you guys are straight in front of us. You guys should actually be able to hear something pretty well. I know Led Zepp is complaining that I'm blasting his ear out next to me.
Sounds fine here.
But,
Sounds fine to me.
we spoke about this, and this has been a big topic of contention with Jack and I and several other musical people out there. And this is now on one single lot, unlike what we have set up. And we're going to try that tomorrow in tomorrow's show, and we're going to see the differences there. I want to see if the lot lines still play a factor in this. But the bug was that, and let's bring that up real quick. I believe I have a copy of the report here. Increased audio range.
Also, don't forget the fun stuff. If you pan your camera around while you're looking, it's like, yay! I can really play with the sound volume. Because if I am actually looking at the house that is to the west, I can barely hear you. But for some reason, if my camera is sitting essentially on top of your head and I'm looking out towards the water, I can hear you fine. If I point the camera at you, I can hear you fine. But if I pointed at the house or the balloon, I can also hear you fine, which is really weird.
Now,
Yeah,
our chief complaint was the range was not far enough, and
it's really not, because like if I am in a player-owned town and I'm giving out a concert, and you start thinking how many people actually have access to town lots versus are playing in some sort of arena. This is the smallest arena you can possibly have.
No, this is the largest arena.
I'm sorry,
possibly.
This is the largest you can currently have for the musical volume.
So.
But if you were building an arena as a player, and you're building an arena because you want to like put on shows, yet you want to put on stage shows, how many people can we fit in one set of bleachers?
Now, I also want to point out, this is a single town-size lot with a row house on it. It's nothing big, it's nothing special, with the bleachers in the front yard. Now, if I was inclined to build an arena with a stage, I wouldn't have a house on here, and I would have the bleachers off to one side, and I would have an elaborate stage, which would most likely wind up way back over here. Or even in a better case, I would have the bleachers running up along this side with the stage across the way, and nobody would hear nothing. Okay? This is the biggest set of stadium you can make for pretty decent listening. And we think that this is just not good enough.
It's insufficient. It really is.
Yeah.
And it's insufficient is the best word for it, because if I am playing on a lot and you're running through town and you are 15 meters away, you should be able to hear what I'm playing. Now, Laz, since you people on my stream got to hear what I was hearing,
exactly.
It's time for you to.
Now, I want to go ahead and showcase the mighty Gix Vargosh out here. He's hanging out in his cool new garb, which I was showing behind me there.
Gideon clothes? Oh, yeah.
And they're looking pretty sharp out here.
Yeah, that looks sexy.
I'm glad he decided to wear one of the, masks that Laz and Jack will not pick on him for wearing.
Although he's wearing the wrong mask. He's wearing, because he's wearing definitely the wrong Kabbalist. Unless he really isn't. He might like the flail. He really may like the flail.
Now,
but
I want to point out for those folks on my stream, you are listening to the music. I have not adjusted my volume as of yet. And for those of you guys listening on the radio and watching the show, I haven't touched my volume settings. You now hear what Jack is playing next to me, which is almost non-existent at my volume level. Okay. And just again, to kick that in, I'm going to just override him for a second to show you the difference in what I hear at my volume level. I'm going to adjust mine way up in a minute.
Okay.
And at my volume level now, that's just a little louder, but I've gotten it down so that it's not killing everybody in the background, which is about normal what I listen to, because I don't want to listen to
Yeah,
sound.
see,
I'm
whereas
gonna
whenever I
crank
adjust the
mine
volume,
all the way up first, and this is what it sounds like when I play. But of course, you guys now listening on the radio are going to be competing with Jack and my voice over the music, so bear with us for a minute. And now, Jack, would you go ahead and bring your...
Okay. So I also had my volume sliders up on the screen.
Another thing
want
is
to
that
point
the
out
volume
that
is
my
different on that
custom
song. I
jukebox is
recall.
set to play, but it
Well,
doesn't seem to be
Well,
playing anything.
how about this one? What I just typed in was play Winches and Mead. Does this sound like Winches and Mead?
I don't know. Not to me.
That's the song you played before.
But anyway, this is out at full,
No,
full
this
volume.
is Slayer.
And again, we're going to walk up and see. I get up to the
But-
top of the stairs. Full
To me,
volume,
this tells
you're
me-
barely audible. Barely. When I take a step back, you become totally unaudible to me at this point. And again, now we are within the 15-meter range. And that's straight out. Now, if I go over here, I have absolutely nothing, and the game music should still kick back in, which it's not doing. So it's hooking, but we're not hearing anything. And there's the game music.
Well, I would play that same song if I had any choice in the song that I was playing.
That's a new book. Recipe.
But I just gotta say,
Because
yeah, for everybody's vision,
I can
being
only
able
play
to
one
throw-
song. Yeah. Hey, do you have that sheet music for that song that you were playing?
500
I
miles.
Yes, I would walk 500 miles.
I do
you
not
the-
have it in sheet music. Schroeder's probably the guy to
okay.
talk to for that.
I can give you
Scrotum?
a link if you'd like.
Prepared.
Do you have a copy of I would?
His was different than mine.
Okay.
Nice preparation here.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey, hey.
guys.
Yeah,
come
tell
on.
him, Jeff. Tell him.
Yeah.
Oh, List
Ooh.
does. There you go. Now you got
Ooh.
lucky.
Yeah. And just that way we're playing the same song like somebody wants us to. The funny thing is I can type in that's pretty funny.
Thank you, Schroeder. Yeah, I can do that.
And then give it to him.
I can make a copy for you and
Okay.
that.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah. This way.
Yes,
we can-
I
500 miles.
Da, 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 da,
come on, come on. Yeah, I know. You're killing me, Smalls. Killing
Hey,
me.
I gotta make it, and
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Fully prepared. Fully prepared.
people are getting a tutorial out of this. Are you kidding me?
Morning, Arius. Morning, Arius.
And why can't
Morning.
I?
Morning.
Get rid of
How's
that,
it going?
It's going
Patching.
great.
Patching.
Yes.
I see. Patching. Yeah. How you doing
Patching
today?
away.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just make sure this works.
I missed what he
Yes, it
typed
does.
to pull that up to make the copy. I've never seen this done before, by the way.
What's that?
Copying sheet music.
Yes, as long
Oh, I've
once
seen it
you
done
have your
before.
ABC file and you have sheet music, it will prompt you where to get it, where to take it from to import it. So now you have the same exact song, and at
Yes.
max volume. Now again, because of the game volume, I usually listen at this level. And of course, people will go, okay, we can hear you talk, we can hear you do this, we can hear you do that. And I'm going to show you the semantics of this in a second. So again, at max volume, top of the stairs, I can hear you. Well, not
Yeah,
well.
very, very faintly. Very
Once
faintly.
I step back here, you're so faint it's ridiculous. And of course, if I step all the way back, you pretty much disappear out of the range altogether. Now again,
Yeah.
this is still within 15 meters. This isn't at the max, which is what kills me. Go ahead and stop
Yeah,
playing now, because I want the town music to kick in. Because the town music is what's gonna key everybody in. When you hear this town music at this level, this becomes a big annoyance throughout the day because it's constantly in your ear. It's constantly very loud, and I'm struggling just to get my voice over to this for you guys. It's just not convenient to listen to at that level. That's the level
What?
I would have to
I
listen
can't
to.
hear you.
Yeah.
Can you speak up, Lass?
Can you hear me
I can't
now?
hear you over the game volume.
Can you hear me now?
I'm going deaf. Yeah.
I thought you were already Jeff.
Let me turn my hearing aid up.
But anyway,
What if someone wants to jam to the music, though?
I think, well, see, nobody's going to hear the music if I'm sitting here playing and they're walking by going to the major shop. It's sort of the point, you know. There could be a major event going on, and no sooner does somebody, literally, somebody who's living in this house here has no idea that there's a concert going on, which may be the intended point, but I would think that to attract attention, that you would want people to hear from a further range, not within this little small confines.
Public nuisance, that's what you are.
Now, this was addressed that they had increased the range from 10 to 15 meters, and again, I don't think anybody's comprehending what
Well,
the
the other thing is, the other thing is you also have to remember how long is a meter versus how long is a foot.
Correct.
And this is something that I don't know as many people have they really paid attention to it.
Is this the evil math portion of the game where Jack lies down to tell us how big he is?
Yes, it is. Because so
how about we get other avatars to lay down next to you, and we can measure that way. So
yeah, so the real question is, like, how many avatars would it take to lie down head to toe
and
across?
cover 10 meters? Because the beginning to end
Or
is 10
15.
meters. Looks like we have plenty of volunteers here. Wrong way.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Well, Skirta just needs to move a smidge, but still.
This
oh
is
yeah.
too
Not
funny.
going there. Not going there.
Just the tip, baby. Just the tip. Yeah. So it's one where if you really think about this, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters that take up
Approximately
15
10
meters.
No, 10. 10,
10
wide,
meters.
15
Yeah.
long.
Yeah. So unadjusted, each player is 6 foot
Plus.
5 inches.
Yeah.
6 foot
So,
5
We're
inches.
tall.
This
Yeah,
is
we are
is
huge.
NBNN Shroud Avatar math, by the way. So
Yeah.
don't take this math too seriously, folks. Yes, this is.
So I'm like normal size
Fuzzy,
as well. They're
fuzzy.
like monstrous.
What happened to Jack? Okay, I see what happened.
Wait, I'm in the seat, man. I'm in
Yeah.
the seat. I'm sitting down.
Is you blanked on the stream for a minute for me there.
Well, I disappeared. It's all good. It's all good.
You're back now.
It-
Anyway, we're
Hey.
just putting a plea out there to really listen to exactly what some of these bug reports and complaints are, please, for the betterment of the game. When we do these broadcasts, we're telling you from a streamer's point, but I can take you out to the amphitheater that was built for the game that I don't believe is open yet. And this is not going to work in the pre-made amphitheater. This is not going to work in the amphitheater in Black Rock Cove. This is not going to work in any of those other scenes. Everybody is going to have to be crammed in. Now, Our initial
Oh, yeah.
thoughts was to jam everybody into the row house and have a good laugh, but we wanted to give people an actual live demo of really what the major concern was. So.
Yeah, and as List points out that the
Default
basis
height
for the default for world building is on a 0.8 meter standard. So essentially what we are is 2 meters times 0.8 by default. So that's the default height, and I maximize my character's height. So
Yes, so do I.
yeah, because it for some reason it was easier to jump on top of things way back early on.
Early on, we believed that there was such a thing, but that was
You got my attention.
It was the truth, man. It was the truth back in the day.
real. It was real.
It was real.
Yes, and again, we understand that the math is not a precise science when it comes to these measurements lists.
We just want
we just want something more realistic and feasible, so that when we do our shows, people can, people walking by our lot. You guys are out there every single day. People who walk by in the street cannot hear a guy playing a piano, and we're right there up front, and we think that's not right.
Yeah.
Well, see, and therein lies the problem, because we are sold, and this is why we base this. These houses are based on a 10 by 15 lot dimension. So I base this all on the meters that you guys give us. Okay, this is
you know what I almost want to say that they should change it to 10 by 15 feet. And then player feet.
Are we going to get into the metrics versus imperials now? Are we going to get into the imperial?
Well, yeah, metrics versus imperials. Or they should actually come up with a new math or new mathematical
Chris is going to hate us for
statement. Yeah,
that's
I know.
not how the math works.
NBF, New Britannian feet. Yeah.
NBF. There we go. Anyway, moving right along.
Yes.
Thank you for listening and joining in on
Soapbox.
this little live demonstration.
Soapbox only lasted 20 minutes.
It's very, very important live demonstration for your entertainment pleasure. But again, we do this show 5 days a week on the lot, and when people come by and stop and look at our vendors and there's somebody playing a piano and they can't hear them, that's a problem. I mean, because they miss what's going on. And we're right there. They can see us. They wonder why there's a bunch of people sitting there silently, and they run about their business going, these people are kooks. But we're kooks. That's not.
Hey!
I'm not arguing that.
My initial proposal was for the sound range to be 30 meters, which is the length of a village lot. So take up that space. I mean, and then if you think about like having a band play a show, if you do what the band Shroud does at times, where he has 4 different players, and he can space them out, and he can cover a much larger area for music.
That's fun to do.
I could have put a stage up here, which would have left absolutely no room for a dance floor, unless you wanted them dancing, because the stage would have eaten all that up. But
see, I need my security barrier, because there's no telling what the people are going to be doing.
You're breaking my immersion. I need a dance floor between the stage and the
I need my security barrier. I need my security barrier, because you know what? I need to put security there, because I don't need the mosh pit to get too out of control.
Yeah, you're always right in the middle of the mosh pit causing trouble. What are you talking about? I don't want to hear that.
Hey, just because I almost lost my tongue face planting a stage doesn't mean anything.
Keep it in your mouth. Keep it in your mouth next time, Jack.
Well, I was crowd surfing, and then they ended up pushing me up and over. Then the security and grabbed my feet, and yanked me, and flipped me over, and then I just face first into the stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just gotta keep your
Shouldn't
tongue in your
mistake.
mouth.
Always
Keep
fun.
your tongue in your mouth next
Yes,
time.
when
That's
working
all.
security at a concert at the fence, we always handle people coming over very lightly. Yes, we try and make sure that their safety is first and foremost. Yeah.
Throw a few punches in there.
And drag them down and slam them to the next.
Yeah.
That's what you got elbows for. Shit.
Anyway, moving
Yeah.
right along. Thank you for partaking and joining with us for that little demonstration. Again, we went ahead and put this little stadium arena together.
I hear someone playing somewhere.
I don't hear a thing. If somebody is playing somewhere,
Drake.
I hear
it's,
nothing.
It's Drake. Drake is playing.
Is he?
But like since I adjusted my sound volumes and I'm not looking directly at him, it's like
Yeah, barely in a game.
Yeah.
How's the radio? Is the radio good distance? Does that work good?
Yeah, see, now you got to swing the camera around, and again, that's another problem. This damn audio lock to the camera. I'm not even going to get in that soapbox because you know what? We
I don't
do
have that,
actually
though.
have some real news that we got to give the boys and girls.
what
today.
are you talking about? Like release 40 patch notes?
Yeah, like patch notes,
Oh,
man.
Drake, that is so much better. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
And make sure you put that music box right up on his shoulder. Laz likes it when it's right up on his shoulder,
And I tell you what, at
As he's
my
grinding
normal
it.
volume level,
right in the ear hole.
I can barely hear that because, at the level that's good for me, good for the audience, good for everybody. And I'm not by any means this audio. I've got a quarter of the audio up. Just not right. Just not
Hey,
right, Jackie. I tell you.
I'm aware. I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain because every day you've got the audio right behind you, and I actually have to swing my camera around just so that way I can catch the audio.
Yeah.
So
And again, this is on a single lot. We haven't done the double lot. We'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, but anyway.
hey, oh yeah, the double lot tomorrow's going to be fun because there's that 5 meter space between us that we can't do anything about because you know what? They decided to add spaces between each of the lots and now said,
Well, that was actually
That's
sort
where-
of a blessing in disguise, but that's another thing.
yeah, not really. I mean, it's like
Hey, bank access was worth every penny of it. And I tell you what,
hey.
I got an alleyway, a personal alley to the bank. I can't argue it.
You have the road right there, anyways.
Well, going through the alley or going around all the buildings. I like going through the alley.
Alleyways air conditioned.
Back alley man.
That alley was always there.
You never. No, it wasn't. The alley wasn't always there. Not until they.
It wasn't?
Nope, it was not. All
Dirt
those
road.
buildings
Well,
were together.
they completely messed that up, anyways, because I mean that alley there's other buildings on both sides.
Well, again, is that happened releases ago. Speaking of releases, today is release 40, as we said at the top of the show. And who is that up there? I love this shit, I tell you.
What's up, where?
Somebody's up in the, I gotta put the names up. Oh, Mac Tane. Mac's up in the second floor, dancing in the window
Dancing. Okay. Yeah.
in the background. That's what we gotta do. We gotta put dancers in the windows in the background. There we go.
He needs some light sources.
It's like the red light district in Snug Harbor.
Everybody,
Oh,
there he goes. He
yeah.
put a light source.
That's the
Yeah.
whole district.
Oh,
we're talking
yeah.
about.
I love this shit, I tell you.
Yeah, don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Don't-
yeah. Let's get there. We go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Providing your entertainment pleasure, folks, like nobody's business, right here on
Yep.
NBNN.
And unfortunately, they're all going to be not seen for a little bit as we bring up the Release 40 instructions. Don't forget, Release 40 just came out today. Big news. Big news.
Big
Release 40.
news.
Patches will be incoming very, very soon. So
Yes,
if you are on 576, expect things to change.
For the
in about
Donnie Brascos
2.5
of
hours.
the world, yes, we are going to have several patches over the weekend.
Yes.
So between now
So-
and Monday, I'm sure. So
Yeah, a patch or two later today. Patch probably tomorrow. Maybe if things are horribly broken, one over the weekend.
well, hopefully
so
we're not
I
going to
ex-
see too many of those.
Yeah,
at all.
hopefully,
It's gonna be-
hopefully not.
Keep our fingers crossed that
yeah.
this is going to be one of them really nice, smooth releases. Again, the amount of content that these guys have been cranking out has been phenomenal. And to Liz, to Gix,
Yes.
to you guys who hang out with us on a daily basis, we appreciate all the little goodies you got to share with us. And I appreciate all the insights you give us when we talk about the mad stuff like this and not, being too defensive about it, because you guys know it's all lighthearted. We're just trying to,
Oh yeah,
provide the entertainment factor, plus just put things into perspective, because sometimes you got to see it to understand what the conundrum is. And we try and provide that for folks. But we
Don't know what
love
you're talking
the
about.
amount of content that's been being pumped out.
Hey,
Star was not
hey.
joking when he
You-
said
you
Fast
know
and
what?
Furious.
Star says it much better. Release 40 is so full of so many important changes, it's hard to know where to begin. The Obsidian Kabbalists are now spreading their vileness throughout New Britannia. Weapons can now be placed as decorations. We have shifted more of our focus to improving the new user experience. There are tons of new patterns, both in-game and out. And we finally upgraded to Unity 5.5, which should address some major AMD issues. Like if you have an AMD processor, you might be able to play the game again.
That's
Yay!
right.
Only been a year and a half for that. Yeah.
And early
So-
reports prior to the release, again, we couldn't talk about all that stuff beforehand, but early reports are good that some of those folks who had that problem are now able to log in and play.
Yes.
And welcome to the world of Novia for those of you guys who have been game blocked via the AMD bug. Glad to
Newbies.
see you guys joining us out there, and hope you all come and visit and see what you all been missing out there. If you've been living
Yep.
vicariously through Laz and Jack, please continue to do so while you join us in studio on your AMD processor. Or is it a
Killing me,
graphics
Smalls.
card?
Killing me.
Yeah.
Killing me.
Man, this show's
I
been
still don't see a UI slider. I'm sad
for what?
for the game. A UI slider to,
To like disable like the grass, things like that.
no,
which
a UI
most
slider to make all the
Oh.
UI windows smaller.
Oh.
To be able
Oh,
to shrink
yeah.
the text and everything.
yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
User interface improvements are much needed.
Well, what do we have on user interface and new user experience, Smalls?
Well, new user experience, we have the plans for the building of these scenes. That's not going to happen this release. Expect that next release. They're shifting a large amount of resources towards improving the new user experience for several years. The backers have been providing feedback about the new user experience, and it wasn't until the free trial that the backers' opinions were finally validated, and they need to go back and work on that. And so there are going to be lots of changes for new users, which include fewer skills. The players are now delayed being introduced to some of the more advanced features, like the deck building stuff. They're going to gradually release some of that information to players, but that's all part of the new and improved new user experience. And more information on that is later in the post.
That's right. I like some of the new changes, and we'll get to those. We don't want to miss those because I got another good laugh coming down the line.
Oh, there's tons of good laughs in here.
Oh,
Unity 5.5. Yeah.
This one is probably the best one. Should I just jump right to auto defend? Let's just do it.
No. Stop it.
Stop. Ain't gonna do
Stop.
it.
Stop
Be
it.
prudent.
Okay, it's now time for us to talk about the calendar. Thank you for watching today. Okay.
And you got the crowd mad. They want to know, man. They want to know.
1,000 points a light.
1,000 parts a lie. Got my son over here in the car. Shut up, Junior.
Read my lips. No new taxes.
Ain't gonna do it. Move.
Okay. So moving right along, since no one's typing that in for us. Don't forget Unity 5.5 was upgraded, but look forward to the Unity 5.6 upgrade. Unity 5.6 should be a significant game changer for any game that's built on the Unity engine, and that should be coming sometime probably next month. Obsidian Kabbalist, don't forget new anti-virtues, and they're laying siege on the QA server. I will let you guys know that my player-owned town, which is also up for sale, was sieged at least twice by the Kabbalists, and I only have one thing out there. So I was kind of happy about that.
It's a moon thing, eh?
I'm not telling you. You need to go pay attention to Bone Bloodgood and hang out with him about how these...
Saying.
Hey, you need to spend some quality time with him. Find out how the sieges are actually tied towards
time with Bowen when the stars align properly. Okay. Shh.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Killing me.
Next.
Okay, don't forget weapons and weapon decorations and new patterns. Weapons are now finally decorations. So go out, place your weapons on the ground somewhere. We've been waiting for that. Not everything has been placed as a deck item yet, but so there may be a few things that are not, but most of it has been done. They've also added new patterns to the game, such as the Obsidian Kabbalist artifacts, hoods, weapons, boots, robes, Kopesh, Norgard axe, Imperial heater shields, etc. So check out the add-on store for lots of new information. Skipping down to the actual post. Story. Let's cross out a bunch of it and then go to the Path of Love. I'm sorry. They will also be refactoring the tutorial system. Story, we're crossing out a bunch of it, and then we're going to refactor the tutorial system to improve the new user experience. Then Path of Love, spoiler.
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert! There are now visual effects showing the crystal cage shattering when you free Sequana in Malice. In addition, the quest itself has been edited for clarity and hints added through the new current tasks user interface on how to progress through this section. Out in Esgard and Harvest, all NPCs living in Esgard and Harvest not directly related to the story and or quests now have unique names and conversations. Note that they don't yet have schedules or patrols. Some of those were created by player names as part of the Create an NPC pledge reward. So if you have Dev Plus access, you have that privilege. New user experience. They've begun refactoring and polishing the new user experience to make starting the game much less overwhelming and easier to understand. This includes multiple new features like on-screen task list, fewer starting skills, blocking many features until later, auto-defend.
Auto-defend? What's
auto-defend?
Auto-defend, do you say?
All new players are actually starting out in combat mode. They start out in combat mode, so if anybody comes up and swings at them, they automatically start attacking.
Appropriate reply.
Wait, did I just say auto attack?
Auto defend is auto attack working the way it was intended?
No, it's been renamed.
Really?
Auto attack now functions properly, folks. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe trying to give it a new term of auto defend is.
Well, you also have to remember all these characters are starting out in combat mode, so they're going to have their
auto
sword
attack
out.
mode, and they're not starting out in combat mode. Auto attack is set on by default. Make sure you understand.
No, they're in combat mode. They are in combat mode.
You start the world in a defensive stance with your sword drawn? No.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, I gotta look at that one then. Anyway, regardless, if you are not sitting there with your sword drawn,
because
you will
somewhere
now
else-
automatically draw your sword and engage in combat, which is basically auto attack.
Of course, you don't
So-
hit
somewhere-
your target.
Somewhere in the massive post, he goes into more detail about
it's further
the
down.
user.
And
And I'm talking like way, way down at the bottom.
auto defend trademark. Thank you list.
Auto
okay, so-
it sounds like the whole system's based off
Oh,
of
boy.
politicians.
What's that?
Okay, so-
That's what I was thinking.
So Laz, what I did is I scrolled all the way down to the NUE auto defend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get down.
Which
there.
is way down through
way down the list. We're gonna run right down the list.
So
Yes.
when you've got the new user experience journal task list, which we can all see on our screens right now, unless we right click on things.
I can't see that task list on my screen.
You already right clicked off of it.
No, I got it on auto hide.
Okay, so listen to all the stuff for the new starters. Fewer starting skills. Where they are reducing the number of skill players start with to a single, or at most 2 active skills, so that new players are not overwhelmed.
So they can choose
The-
for themselves. Great
Yes.
move. Great move.
Gated combat user interface features. We are going to start everyone with a locked combat bar that is always visible and that uses auto attack. More advanced combat features will come online for the player via quest form combat trainers as players advance. Existing characters are not affected by this change. Now, if your combat bar is up, that means you're in combat.
No.
Hey, you're not in combat if your combat bar's not up?
Not half the time. Well, I don't want to even talk about that one. That's another. That's a
hey,
topic
hey.
for another whole show.
Wait. That cooldown is later on in there somewhere.
Well, that's again. We're going to be covering this for the next few days because we just there's so much. We may not get to Q2 notes until mid next week. Right now, with all the information we have to cover with this stuff.
Okay, so then from there, so everybody's going to be starting with the combat deck is the only deck that they have access to. The passive deck is going to be something that comes later. Then, let's see. Remember, existing characters are not changed. So free attack, the option to use free attack instead of auto attack will be the first combat feature players can learn from a combat trainer. So now, auto attack is enabled by default.
I said that
Yay.
5 minutes ago.
I'm aware. I'm
Okay.
aware.
Just
Utility
put that out.
bar. Utility bar. The non-combat bar, which they're naming the utility bar, can also be learned with the ability to add a non-combat bar to their screen like they have now. So you have to learn that after the starting scene. Combat decks, the third and most complex feature to be unlocked will be the ability to build and equip a deck.
Gold sync, gold sync, gold sync.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Hopefully not.
Well,
Players
it's
who
100
are
gold, 100
yeah.
gold, 100 gold, right?
I know, gold sync. So new players, auto defend, players who are in auto attack mode, which all new players default to, will now automatically unsheath their weapon and begin auto attacking their attacker when attacked if they are not already in combat mode.
Thank you. So auto
have a
defend
weapon.
is
So-
auto attack. Where did
Yeah.
auto defend become? This is what everybody's been screaming about, and now they decided to give it a name and fix it.
Well, hey, not that.
Nobody
but
said they fixed it.
remember what Star used to call it? Easy mode.
Well, yeah. Well, again, easy mode. I'm sorry.
We're not gonna enable easy mode.
English
ever.
teacher. Let's look
Don't-
at these
don't
two
lawyer me,
words.
bro.
Auto attack. What does auto attack mean? Okay.
Means non-auto
Well,
target.
Okay, so
Non-auto target.
semantically, there is a difference between auto attack and auto defend.
Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
let's not even
So semantically, okay.
Oh boy.
So semantically, we're gonna have to break this down for Lats.
You pull out
So,
a shield and you stand there and go, get
That's
away
right.
from me,
Auto
get away from me,
defend.
and
I
then you
put my
run.
shield up and I
Well,
cower in a corner.
we have to explain this for
What
Lats.
is
Auto attack is
What is?
I pull out my swords,
Credit card.
I
Don't
run
ever
up
leave
to
your
that
home
bunny, and I automatically hit it.
Right.
Okay. Auto defend is I run up to Laz, I smack him, then he smacks me back.
That's right.
Jesus Christ. I need a beer. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
What about auto target?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm just happy to see it working.
That's the tab key again. That's the tab key.
Oh, we got who's on the tab key. Did you hear about that one? Let's talk
I saw
about that one.
that.
I don't know what you're talking about, Smalls. Hey.
That's another
we
great
need to
one.
get through. We need to get through some of this. I mean,
Oh
are we
no,
gonna
the tab key is now your auto default. You can actually
Bullshit.
They,
Bullshit.
I swear to God.
they
Get
rebound
outta
it back to tab. They rebound that shit back to tab.
Just the way
Yeah.
it
It's
is.
the end of the world as we know it.
No, but this
With that
is,
arm, huh?
again, as we're making fun of all this, you guys got to understand that
it-
these are major
it's-
strides for all the new players coming in. It took the new player freebie
Hey, it was-
trial to point out and hammer home a lot of these things that we've been saying for over a year. And we're just having a good time with it because it's finally nice to see a lot of
I
this
don't know
stuff
why you're
coming in.
qualifying statements like that.
What's that?
Yeah.
I don't know why you're qualifying your statements like that.
Well, again, we've been asking for the auto attack to work properly. I don't care if they want to call it auto defend. It now works the way we would like it to be working as auto attack. I'm sorry.
Hey,
You know,
I have
tab
no problems with
targeting
easy mode.
should have been by default. It should have never been moved several months ago in the first place.
well, I'm aware.
These
I'm
are all
aware of
great
both things.
strides.
We have pulled out the soapbox on both of them on multiple
Several
occasions over the
occasions,
past
that's
year, at least a dozen times for each of them. So if we scroll back up, don't forget the Run Ruins, one of the 6 ruined cities in Novia, dating back to the Obsidian Order. That's going into the game. It started out as a clone of the Diceborg Ruins. It was completely rebuilt. Serpent Spine Mines has actually been moved to from the grasslands that it was in now to the Serpent Spine foothills are now the foothills to the Serpent Spine Mountains. Hey, no, it was moved to where they're shown on the friggin' map that they keep on drawing. It took Lord British putting that Jira in because I told him to.
Hey man, it's not where it's supposed to be on the map. Well, yeah, that's a no-brainer. We should fix that.
And then I said, hey, well, if I put that bug report in, it's going to get ignored. But if you put that Jira in, it's going to get
That's
acted
right.
on.
And,
Okay.
And of course, that's gonna help you when you sell that townhouse.
I don't know. Well, if that town moves and then I reacquire my town, then I can move it back. Then it helps me.
Moving.
So don't forget devotional shrines. They look like shrines. You can go bathe in the front of them.
Don't tell Zeke that.
Oh, what?
He's gonna be bathing in everybody's shrines across the country now.
Yes,
Time.
yes,
That
he
time
is.
he took a bath.
That he needs the bath. I mean, what can I say? I mean, you know what? Everybody that needs a bath, go find your local devotional shrine, jump inside of it, go ahead and sit down. Don't forget to get underneath the underarm deodorant and the frontal areas. Yes. Yeah. Skrek has been updated with the King Korribar as well as his animations. I know Laz is not a fan of him, but I am.
You mean
Town
the
sieges.
Kobold Pimp King?
Yes, yeah. Hey, you know what? Because you know what? It's good to be the king, man. It's good to be the king.
To be the king, I tell you.
Exactly.
boy.
That's right. So it is good to be the king. And he is definitely wearing the gold to say that.
Did
Yes.
anybody ever tell you you look like the piss boy?
No. Although, you're killing me. I'm going to drive down to Florida one of these days.
It's going to be the king, piss boy.
I am going to drive down to Florida one day, and I'm going to fart in your general direction. Actually, I'm going to fart in your general direction right now.
I was going to say.
Yeah. So, town sieges, there's now much better messaging about the siege completion. Set flags at it. Disappearing after the catapult has no engineers. And lifting the siege, blah, blah, blah. Xenos has a new feature that allows interactive teleporters to offer a list to multiple destinations within the same scene and teleport the player to any of them without forcing a scene load. Our first use of the feature is an improved ferry boat network for Xenos. Out in Ardoris, like Xenos mentioned above, the gondola boat network in Ardoris has received an overhaul utilizing drop-down list teleporters to connect multiple locations within the scene. Greater Brittany boat interconnections. Lots more teleporter stuff. Much like the wagons and the balloons they have added in Release 39, the Brittany neighborhood scenes now have a drop-down list teleporter boat at the docks of each scene. These boats provide access. Yeah. So,
What color are the sails?
hot pink. Red? I don't know.
Orange.
They should be. Orange. Oh, orange.
Oh, yeah. We now have a different colored sail out there for these teleporters. So now we have red, blue, orange, white.
I still want the teleporters on, or like the boats on the overworld map to have those red, like the ferries that are supposed to take you, say, from Elysium to Aerie or Elysium to the Quell region. That to actually have a red flag, or the Brittany to Hidden Vale, that needs a red flag as well, instead of not having any flags. Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
Let
We
you
got
know,
drop
go
down
to
now,
another
list now.
Yeah.
Well, see, those boats actually have 0 flags, which is really even more so confusing. So you have a valid point making them red.
I'm kind of curious, if they fix the exploit in the Rise with the golems and the mages in the dungeon, does that mean that they banned characters that were exploiting that exploit?
That's a good question.
I didn't hear about anybody getting banned for abusing that exploit.
Things that make you go, And
Which exploit?
Gix is walking around in
Yeah.
his tidy whities holding a jabbering bird. Oh, he's holding the new lamp.
Well, I've got to go find OBS and then click on it, and then I get to go.
Took a wander. He took a wander around. Here he comes.
He went to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, he had to go looking for the outhouse and decided, you know
He's
what,
looking for
I
the rest
don't
of his
quite
body.
see it. Yeah.
I love this shit, I tell you.
Yep. Yeah. See, what he's doing is he's protesting our show for dragging on way too long.
Yes, and
Because we
are
haven't
running
talked about the important out of time.
very, very, very quickly. But we're going to go ahead and let's finish up what we're covering right here, right now, and then we will wrap up.
No. I already clicked off of it.
Oh, okay.
I'm good. I'm ready for the calendar.
Oh, okay. I will then get the calendar up on screen.
Because
boys
I'm pretty sure that someone's gonna smack you around if their information isn't provided to everybody.
Well,
so
sure
today
you're
is
gonna do
Thursday, March 30th. Well, I don't know. Today, Thursday, March 30th. All times on the community calendar are Central Standard Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as New Britannia Time, or in Led Zepp's case, Nude Britannia Time. Today at noon, 3-6. Oh, actually,
Nope.
important information.
That's right.
New information. we are no longer broadcasting the show every 3 hours on
That is
WRFB.
That is absolutely correct. It is not on the calendar today, but if you peek at tomorrow's calendar, you will notice the replays are now on the calendar for people to see when they are. And again, we do the live show at noon. It'll replay at 6, 12 midnight, and 6 a.m. That's it. Only 3 replays.
So 6 and 12, yeah. And don't forget, so 6 and 12, so no more 3 and 9.
Yes.
Yay.
That's
So
to make way
then-
for the DJs, so we don't have any conflict, as well as just not to, we have our reasons.
YouTube. Okay, today at noon, 6 and midnight. Two
Noon,
idiots
12
don't
and
know what they're
6
doing.
around the clock.
12 and 6 around the clock. 2 idiots don't know what they're doing as they interpret the news so you don't have to on a show called Lunch
Lunch with us.
on WRFB.
Oh.
Today at 4 on AR, Golden Wings Going Country. At 7 p.m., the Phoenix Republic is hosting their PvE nights. Contact Malhari or Kazan Phoenix Fire for more information. At 7 p.m. on WRFB.
WRFB.
The 70s at 7. At 8 p.m., you need to tune in to the Hearth of Britannia's Dragon's Meet
Dragon.
with Rustic Dragon. Yay! For all of your Ultima lore, as well as discussions about Shroud of the Avatar.
And the Heart
Yay.
of Britannia. That's
In the
right.
hearthofbritannia.com.
Hogloth chat, all sorts of great
Oh,
stuff out
yeah.
there at the Dragons Meets.
Yes. Fun stuff to be had by all.
But even
At 8 p.m.
funner stuff.
Even more funner stuff for everybody else. Justin is coming on WRFB
WRFB.
for unmedicated schizophrenia part 2.
Oh, part do. That's right.
Do.
Yeah.
Don't forget, tune in to your ether amplifier.
Nurse Justin spinning those tunes for you.
Oh yeah.
Taking your request.
Hailstorm will be played
Or not.
or not, or porn star dancing, or
Porn
a few
star
other songs.
dancing, you got a better chance at.
Yeah. Hailstorm, I think you got a pretty decent chance at too. At 10 p.m. on AR, Ember Flames doing Temper Tantrum T-Days, and the final event of the evening on WRFB
WRFB Radio Free Britannia.
is the Record Room, and that's our community calendar for this Thursday, March
Thursday.
30th in Shroud of the
Release
Avatar.
40. That's right, folks. Release 40 is live. We will be bringing you a whole lot more information and coverage. And again, just bringing you the entertainment value that we can only bring you here on NBNN live 5 days a week. With my partner sits there shaking his head and going, I
Don't know what you're talking about. What entertainment? What? No one would ever laugh at us.
No.
They're not laughing with us, they're laughing at us.
That's
So
right.
That's what it is.
At least we know the difference,
Yeah.
But of
We laugh
course,
in your general direction.
that's right.
Yes.
You're laughing in our general direction. There you go. Peanut gallery's been quiet out there tonight, but that's okay today.
Very, very quiet.
'Cause, we must have them mesmerized from all
What
the
word was that? they're plotting our downfall
Oh, of
because
course.
they're still trying to like grasp what you mean
No,
by
they're trying to figure out how they can make money off of dancing in the windows and use this setup to put on the cabaret, I'm sure. But that's
See,
beside the
the fun part is they have to remember that they need some light sources behind them while they're dancing in the windows.
That's right.
Yes, there it comes out. That way we can see you dancing in the windows. Otherwise, you're just dancing in the dark.
Is that light box dancing? Anything like
Well,
porn
it's a
star
good
dancing?
song. It's not a good video.
Yeah, good song,
All right.
shitty video.
We're going to have to start wrapping up again. We're going to remind
Well,
you that
you-
NBNN is
we-
a proud sponsor of SodaCon Austin 2017. If you need more information, go to SodaConAustin.org, where you can get the latest information. If you can't find what you need, contact me. I'll point you in the right direction. Remember, those VIP tickets are sold out. Prices are going up starting tomorrow. Starting Sunday. What day is it? Prices going
Not
up
tomorrow.
starting
2 days. 2 days.
Saturday, the price goes up. So if you need those tickets at the cheap early bird price, get them now. Of course, I'm going to thank all of our sponsors out there for their support they show us. We are short in time today, and I know they understand and appreciate it, that we spent a little extra time having a good time today. And, of course, last but not least, we love you guys for coming and join us and having a good laugh, dancing in the background, laying down your avatars so we can have a good joke or two, and just joining us in general. Again, we can't do the show without you guys here to have some fun and join in on the shenanigans. And we'll be back with more tomorrow here, and we will be covering, hopefully, most of the rest of the stand-up notes and just loads of other information that we have for you guys here on NBNN. Meanwhile, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Stay tuned for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy wild happenings, the latest hijinks and shenanigans right here inside Shroud the Avatar. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you all tomorrow for the weekend roundup.
Bye, Blood Almanac.
One time at band camp, Frodo was playing the flute and stuck his auto attack on, and I stuck my auto defend on. It was like a music therapy education.
What? What?
I have no clue
how to respond to that.